We're here at the Harrogate Spring Congress. I have no idea. New Year's Congress, something like that. We played it last year, and I'm here with the legendary Dr. Chris, quite tired Cooper. So we're reaching the age where we had a nap before bridge. So we're hopefully quite fresh. We've got a drink in front of us, not an alcoholic one, and we're ready. We've just written a system card out. We're still playing ACOL. And we have a 2-day Swiss pairs event, and they do this thing where they stagger the Friday session. So 40 pairs have already played the first session, and we haven't yet. So we're going to play in the second session, the evening session. I don't know how many pairs there are going to be, but if 40 played the first session, that looks good for the size of the event. We actually won this last year, Cooper and I. We were first after like 3 or 4 rounds, and we stayed there for the whole event. So we did quite well last time out, and we won comfortably. No guarantee you ever do that in any given event. You can't turn up expecting to win it, but hopefully we'll put a good showing to defend our title. And then we're playing on the Sunday with Rob Hickling and Julia Campbell, who Rob's not Scottish, but they both live in Scotland, I think, and come down. And we played them last year, lovely people, so we'll meet them later in the video. We've got a really nice Airbnb. It's pretty swanky, isn't it? And they put little chocolates on the bedside cabinet next to me, so I've had those before my nap. And yeah, we're going to come back and give you lots of the interesting hands you know and love. So this is a 3-day event. The pairs lasts 2 days, so if there's enough content, you'll see 3 videos. Otherwise, the pairs will all be 1 video, and the teams will be another one. So watch this space. The next time you see me is probably in the playing area, and after that you get to see some lovely bridge hands. So this is the event. This is the venue we're playing in. So I've just knocked my chair over. Let's pick that up in a sec. There's the directing team. Nice old chandeliers. Obviously one of these classic Harrogate hotels thereabouts. So we've got about, I think there's close to like 70 pairs altogether, everything. There was like 44 pairs earlier, and we've got a few less this evening. So there's about 14 tables to play. So we're playing down to about here, so about half the room. And we're going to be there. So we're east-west at 2. And here's the results from earlier. You can see John Holland and Jackie are tied with Martin and Nick, and so on, going down there, 44 pairs worth. So that's what we've got. We've got refreshments here, and it's quite a nice bar, quite a nice hotel so far, so what I've seen so far. So we're starting play in about 13 minutes. There's a little clock there. We've got our cards written out, and so we're shortly ready to play. So you hold the following hand. You have, I can't remember the exact count because this wasn't my hand, but you've got 1 or 2 spades, so 10 or 10 extra spades. You've got 3 hearts. You've got 2 diamonds, so you must have singleton 10 of spades, I think. And you've got ace, queen, jack to 7 clubs. And this was Dr. Chris Cooper's hand, and the bidding goes a diamond, pass, a heart to you. And the colours are your unfavourable. So are you bidding with the 7 clubs? Got to bid. You've just got to be in there. It's a bidder's game. They're really good as well. It's ace, queen, jack, 9 to 7 clubs. So you bid 3 clubs preemptively. If you get doubled and get caught and you're going off here, well, they've got a club stack and they might be able to make 3 in anyway. So if they can get you for 500, well, it's unlucky. But it's a bidder's game. You've got to put them under some pressure. So you bid 3 clubs, and this goes double on your left, auto, pass, and then the hand on your right bids a quick 3N. Pass, pass, pass. So maybe they've got a better effort. What you do know is that the hand on your left, before 3N was passed out, thought for a bit, and then passed. So maybe they've missed a slam, maybe they should be in 4 hearts or something, so maybe this is a good spot for you. So trick 1, what are you leading? Well, you could lead a club, and if partner's got an entry, this is going loads off. Imagine if Declare's got like king 10x of clubs and partner's got 2 or something like that, which isn't unlikely. So you could lead maybe the queen of clubs at trick 1 and see what happens, and if partner gets in, you do that. That feels more like a team's lead. That feels more like the way to beat this is to knacker Declarer's club holding. So the other thing you can do is at pairs not give a trick away. So at trick 1, my partner made an excellent 10 of spades lead, and dummy went down with what you can see. Dummy was, just for future Steve, dummy was king, queen, jack, x, ace third, ace 10 to 6 void. So this is what they were thinking about. So maybe they are missing six of a red suit, or maybe they do better to play in four hearts. I think there's an argument potentially for dummy to have pulled 3N to four hearts to show this sort of hand, extreme shape and 3-card heart support or something, and then maybe partner can place the contract there. Maybe a 4-3 heart fit plays better than 3N. So you lead the 10 of spades, and it goes, they cover in dummy, and your partner wins the ace of spades, and they play the 6 of clubs back, and it goes 6, 7 from declarer, and you win with the 8 or the 9. And so you're on lead at trick 3, and it is match point pairs, and you've got to decide whether it is right to cash the ace of clubs or not. So it's one of the things you can think about, and basically the reason to not cash it is that partner's got another entry, and then this is going lots off. So if partner's got like the king of diamonds or the king of hearts, or one of those two, you can afford to take your time and play passively and not set the king of clubs up in declarer's hand. You know partner's got another club, and the reason for that is declarer didn't pass the double, and they would have done with king to 5. So declarer's got king to 3 or king to 4. You can't quite see what partner's led from. They're going to lead top of a double turn, and they're going to lead low from 3 low here. So it looks like partner's got 2, and declarer didn't think of passing it with king to 4. So there are a couple of signs, maybe, if you can work it out, that maybe laying down the ace of clubs is right. I don't necessarily know, but one of those signs is if declarer only had like a 7 or an 8 count, they would have passed. They would have got like a 200 or 500, but they've bid 3M. So one of the reasons to not play a club, the ace of clubs, is that partner's got an entry. Now, there is a chance when declarer bids 3N and doesn't try to trap you in 3 clubs, that partner doesn't have those cards because declarer is going to have them. The second thing is, how many spades do you think partner's got? So, how many spades do you think partner's got? Now, partner, enough of the time will have at least 5 spades here. Enough of the time. You've got 1, dummy's got 4. If declarer's got 4, they've missed a 4 forfeit. So partner's going to have 5 spades most of the time here, I think. Because declarer could have offered 3 spades over the double, potentially, with 4 spades. So, given partner's likely to have 5 spades, and 5 spades is headed by the ace, we need to go back to the auction, and we think the auction, partner passed over 1 diamond. So another indication where partner probably doesn't have one of the red kings that you need is that partner might have overcalled a spade with it. Now, there might be some flat 7 counts with ace to 5 spades that partner wouldn't overcall a spade, but spades are the one suit you want to be overcalling more often than not, and even though partner's vulnerable, maybe they would have done it with the hand you're playing for by not cashing ace of clubs. So I think all in all, partner made a good lead, and I think it's probably right to cash ace of clubs, but I don't think it's like 100%. It just feels like there's more indications to doing it than not. Here's the full hand. Partner's found a lead to keep it to 10, whereas any other lead lets through a lot more. So we could have kept it to 10 and got a good board. Obviously, if they're in 5 diamonds, they're making 420, so even 10 loses to that. But if they're in 6 diamonds or 6 hearts, they both make because everything's splitting. So potentially we could be saved by people being in 6. Also, a club lead lets through even more tricks. So I think a club lead lets through. Does a club lead let through more tricks actually? Or maybe it doesn't. Oh, I actually don't know. They just make 4 hearts and 6 diamonds in a club. Yeah, the club lead lets through 11. So we have a chance to keep it to 10. A club lead lets through 11 as well. So that was our opportunity missed, I think. So another hand from the first round. We played Hannah and Jake. How do? Wave to the camera. That's Justin Hackett. So you pick up ace king 10 9 to 7, ace 1 2 low, queen jack tight, and you're forced to speak, and the bidding goes a diamond pass a heart to you. So the first thing you look at is the vulnerability. Whenever you've got these long suits, you're looking to see whether sacrifices are good. I mean, there's no indication that sacrificing is on the table straight away, but it goes a diamond pass a heart to you. What are you thinking of bidding? So the vulnerability is you're favourable. So you're the right colours for potentially playing this hand in 4 spades on lots of different situations. So you're probably far too good to bid 3 spades. I think 3 spades is generally a much weaker hand, maybe the same hand without the ace of hearts. The thing about this hand is, there's a couple of things. You're 7-2-2-2, which is the worst shape for this sort of preempt. Okay, when you've got 7 triple two is you can see already you're going to lose 2 clubs. The Queen Jack of clubs are wasted, and you're going to lose 2 diamonds, and you're going to lose a heart. And if spades aren't, if partner hasn't got spade support, something you might lose a spade as well. So, it's not the greatest preempt in the world. And the other thing is, if you're thinking of bidding 4 spades, it is against good players, and that's who we're playing, is going to get doubled. You're just offering a penalty. You're basically saying, please double me. Whenever you jump to 4 spades, you effectively saying you need to be bidding at the 5 level to overbid here. And you've got ace, king, ace, so it's unlikely that they're going to have the out and out playing strength without having a void spade to bid to the 5 level. So when you bid 4 spades, you're basically saying the contract is going to be 4 spades doubled nearly all the time. It's a lot different if you were to bid 4 hearts. Let's say it's going to club past a diamond, and I had this hand but I had hearts. I would bid 4 hearts all day long because they've still got the opportunity to get to 4 spades. It's not guaranteed that they're going to double you. Double now from them isn't going to be penalties like it is over 4 spades. It's going to be takeout. So you're deciding how many spades to bid, and if you bid 1 than 4, it's clearer to catch you. So if they can make 5 or 6 of a red suit or something, if you bid 1 then 4, it's clearer to catch you when it's right, and also you give them a chance to show their heart support and stuff. So I think it's between 1 spade and then judging the auction later to see whether to bid more, or just bidding 4 spades straight away. So you pick what you'd like to do, and I'll let you know what the result was. I just bid 4 spades. It's a bidder's game. You could put them under pressure. Again, it's basically saying, please double me. And I'm hoping that partner hasn't overcalled over a diamond or anything like that. It doesn't make a noise. I'm hoping that they've got a vulnerable game, and all it needs is one of them to have a singleton spade. And collectively, Cooper and I haven't got much defence. The Queen Jack of clubs is coming down if they've got club length. I've got 2 aces, but that's about it. The hearts look like if they bid to 4 hearts, hearts look like they're behaving because I've got 2 of them. So it's not like I've got a singleton or void or something. So I just bid 4 spades, and this is the whole hand. Partner puts down a flat 0 count, and I went 3 off for 500, but you can see they've got 4 hearts on. So the fact that they can make 620 or maybe 650, maybe, I think you can make 5 hearts because you can rough a spade and throw 1 spade on the ace of diamonds or something. I can't see the exact hand because I was declaring it, but because you can make 5 hearts, 4 spades is the correct place to be on the hand. 4 spades doubled is better than par because 5 hearts is 650. But when we played it, we got 20% for it. Can't do any more than we had. They didn't. The defence at other tables is letting through an extra trick, so they're only going for 300. I went for 500. So if you are going to preempt with 7 triple two, you've got to be aware that it's the worst distribution for preempting like that. And when you preempt to 4 spades, it's basically saying you're basically saying, please double me in this spot. So you better hope it's the right thing to do. If any other colours, I probably wouldn't be bidding 4 spades here. Green all, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's got the benefit of when you're favourable. So we got a bad board for it, but I'm glad at the end of the hand, are you happy to be in 4 spades doubled here? Yeah, there are much worse things we could have conceded. So we won the first round 15-5, and there was an error in the Swiss assignments, and lots of people, not everyone, but several tables were playing the wrong people. So we ended up getting paired down against Jason Hackett and John Sansom, which is not fair for whichever pair loses this match. It's not fair for us to be paired down against someone so strong potentially when we should be playing someone else, and it's not fair for them, having lost the first match, to be paired against someone who's won. And I spoke to the director at the time, and he just went, these things happen. I'm like, no, they don't. It's Swiss. And someone else complained for the same reason. Our first round opponents, who lost 15-5, got paired against someone who won. And then someone else got, there was like several things. So that's just a bit not right. I'm going to give you a hand. Future Steve's going to talk you through a hand where I'm defending against 2 spades. And Jason Hackett was playing it, and I could have done something very good, and I didn't. So let's see if you can spot it. So take over to you, Future Steve. So this was the hand against Jason. I was sat east, as I was for all of the Friday session, and I passed through out. North on my right opens a spade, partner's a passed hand. It's far too weak to overcall 2 hearts in our methods. Partner will expect a much better hand, often 6 hearts or 5 good ones. So I pass, even though I like overcalling when I've got length and sit my right, it's just not worth getting in the auction here. Partner's going to misevaluate their hand and overcompete. So I pass. We might miss out on parts going 3 hearts here, but if partner can't act to a short spades later in the auction, then it's not our hand anyway. So south bids a no trump, north bids 2 spades, and south passes. One no trump was semi-forcing. And you lead the 3 of hearts, and you see dummy put down a 10 count now. I think realistically, south should be raising to 3 spades at least here. With, if 1N is like 5 to 11, you've got maximum, and you've got queen jack tight of spades, which is a really good holding given you haven't got 3. North's guaranteeing at least 6 spades here. So we lead 4th highest of our longest and strongest. Because we've got so many hearts, it's the lead that least likely to give a trick away. I'm not really looking to ruff. I'm likely to make 2 trump tricks anyway, so I don't really want to lead one of my doubletons. So I lead the 3 of hearts, and it goes small, 9, ace. So that's quite eliminating at trick 1. We know partner's got jack 10, 9 of hearts. They might have a 4th heart, we don't know. And Declarer wins with the ace, and plays the ace of clubs. Now Declarer is... It's hard to distinguish the best card players, but he will be one of the best card players in the field. It's Jason Hackett, one of the Hackett twins. And at trick 2, he plays the ace of clubs. He's not drawing trumps, so why is he doing this? Well, he's probably looking to set up dummies clubs at some point. You've got Queen X, so maybe they're not breaking, but the dummy's got 3 entries, it looks like. He's got a spade entry, a heart entry, a diamond entry, so Jason's probably just unblocking or trying to play ace in another club now, and going to use dummy's entries to try and set the clubs up. And then at trick 3, he plays a spade. That probably indicates that his ace of clubs is singleton. Why would he play the ace of clubs and not follow up with another club? It probably means he's got a stiff ace here. So we're going to let him get to dummy now, and see the bad news. Now, the bad news goes both ways here. North finds out that spades are not breaking well, and I found out that spades are not breaking well. We now found out that North's got 7 spades. So although we've got 2 spade tricks, the contract is probably not in danger with dummy having king of hearts and ace of diamonds. But we are playing match points. So Jason follows up with his plan. He plays a club off dummy, partner plays the king, and he ruffs, and my queen falls. So he doesn't quite know clubs aren't breaking now, but I know pretty much the whole hand now. I know North has 7 spades, I know North has 1 club, and I know North has 5 red suit cards. Now they will either be 2 hearts and 3 diamonds, or 1 heart and 4 diamonds. There's no other option because of trick 1 went to the 9 and ace. So we know North's got 1 more heart at most. And so hopefully we can find out what that is. So he plays another spade towards dummy. I don't really want him roughing these clubs because it's going to start putting partner under pressure. Partner, if he roughs too many clubs, partner's going to have to keep all their clubs. But if we can attack South's entries, partner might be able to throw a club away and have a bit more wiggle room. So I take the second spade, and what I want to do is, in case the king of hearts is needed as an entry, I'm going to take it out now, which will give partner a club discard at some point because there won't be enough entries to set the clubs up. So I play another heart, it clears up the situation, and then I get a whole count to the hand without playing a risky diamond. I don't really want to be picking up any diamond holding partner's got. The king wins and North follows. So we know North's exact shape. We know North's got 3 diamonds and 7 spades initially. We've got no more hearts and no more clubs. So what North does is plays another club and roughs it low. Now he knows I'm over roughing. Well, possibly he doesn't know I'm over roughing. He's still trying to test the clubs, but I decline to over rough. If I over rough now, that's my last entry and my last decision to get things wrong, and I'm looking for potential help. Now, we did get a bit of help. Partner played the 2 of diamonds, which was discouraging in our methods on the second spade. So partner probably hasn't got the king of diamonds here. So I don't really know what to switch to when I'm in. I'm going to get in one more time, but that's about it. And so Declarer forces the decision now. So he's played king of spades and a spade to my 10. Now, with 4 cards to go, we know North's hand's got 1 spade and 3 diamonds, and we can see the south end here. Now, we've got the hearts controlled, and we need partner to have the minors. Now, we know partner's got the club over dummy. Partner's thrown the last heart away, so partner must be keeping 3 diamonds in a club. What should we do now? Well, the more I look back at this, the more obvious a mistake I made was if we have a complete count of the hand at this point. We had the complete count of the hand a few tricks ago, to be honest. And I think Jason is a great declarer. He will have a complete counter the hand as well. So if there's a diamond finesse, for example, if he's missing just the queen, he's got a two-way finesse of the queen, he's going to get it right. He's going to know that West started with 5 diamonds as opposed to our 2, probably. It looks like the Jack of Hearts is West's last heart because I led a low heart at trick 1. It's pretty certain that if North's just missing the queen, that they're going to get it right anyway. What I need to take into account of if North's missing 2 diamond honours, in which case my partner is going to get squeezed. If I show you the whole hand now, so I got this wrong, I played the Queen of Hearts at this spot. If I show you the whole hand now, you can see this is the distribution you need to be careful against. You need to be playing a diamond at this point, because a diamond breaks up the squeeze on your partner. The squeeze card is the 7 of spades, and at that point you need an entry to the club in the south hand, so you need to keep the ace of diamonds, and you need an entry to the 3rd diamond, which is in the north hand, which means you need to keep the king of diamonds. If you play a diamond at this point, it breaks up any squeeze. There can't be a squeeze at this point. And obviously if partner hasn't got quite as good a diamond holding as that, North was going to get the diamonds right anyway. But what I did do, I'll show you the squeeze operating, because that's what happened at the table. Went Queen of Hearts, small, and I've squeezed partner on this trick, so it's like a suicide squeeze. So I squeezed partner. I allowed North to play the squeeze card before either the ace or king of diamonds is gone. And what does West throw at this point? If they throw a club, the 9 of clubs is good. So they threw a diamond, but obviously they know they're going to get squeezed. North roughs, and now neither East nor West has 3 diamonds, so North makes the last diamond. Jason wasn't that elegant. He didn't make the beer card. He made the 10 of diamonds as his 13th trick. But if we go back to this point, I'm on lead now, and I'm going to play, and what I should do is play a diamond. If I play a diamond at this point, you break up the squeeze. If you take the ace of diamonds, there's no entry to the club, so on the spade my partner can throw the club. And if you play a low diamond, you can see that the diamonds are now blocked. You can't actually get to the 10 or 7 of diamonds now because the ace of diamonds is in the way. You've got no entry to them. So I broke up a squeeze in a Gold Cup match, and I should have got this right. I had a complete count of the hand, and I was just a bit lazy. But it is a partnership thing. I think my partner can help me out here. If my partner can see they're going to get squeezed before I can work it out, my partner at trick, if we go to the start of the hand, my partner at some point just needs to play an encouraging diamond. My partner threw the 2 of diamonds away, and I think if Cooper plays a 9 of diamonds, then both of us should be getting this right. I should get it right anyway. But when partner played the 2 of diamonds, I obviously discount him having the king, and so a diamond switch looks less attractive from me. However, we scored about 90% on the board. Everyone's in 4 spades. So although Jason's played it really well to make a squeeze and make 11 tricks in this, because he wasn't in game and everyone else was, we actually got a good board here in a match that we ended up winning 19-1 in the end. So my mistake wasn't punished, and it happened a few times over the course of Friday that my mistakes weren't punished because we were winning the match heavy enough anyway that my mistakes were costing a moderate amount of VPs, rather than if we were drawing 10-all and I make a mistake, obviously that costs a lot more. So this man, I'm going to point to him now, has played really well today, for once. We're leading this session. We just won 20-0, or at least 20-0. I mean, we leave early because we finish every round early, so when we walk away from the table, our results are to be determined, but we're 20-0 on the score sheet at the moment, and puts us on a score of 54 after 3, and that was the same as the leading score in the first set. So we're going to be, if that stays, we're going to be joint first overall after 3, which is very similar to what we were last year. I think last year we were like 3rd going into day 2, but we won our section again. So played really well today. Had some good defences. I don't think Cooper's done much wrong. I think you've seen one of the videos where I missed breaking up the squeeze. So that's my biggest mistake of the day. I think that was definitely findable. And Cooper says he pitched a club from one hand. I'm not sure whether that's a mistake or just it's something that didn't work. So I'll give you a couple of hands to finish with, I think. So Future Steve might have already gone through a defence that we did. I don't know whether I'm going to put that in or not, but you might have already seen that one. But the second hand I'm going to give you is Cooper's hand here. Cooper had King X, Ace to 5, King X, King Jack to 4, and he hears his partner, his lovely partner, that's me, open 2N, and we play 2N as 2022. Now I know a lot of people play it as 2021. We play 2022. It is what it is. I think in pairs that's fine as well. Like in teams, maybe you want with your 22 counts, you want to make sure you get to game. But in pairs, I think 2022 is fine. Putting your better hand in that range in 2N. Anyway, so I open 2N. I'm digressing. And Cooper needs to decide a plan of action. So he's got a really good hand. He's looking to play in at least 6 of something. 6 hearts, 6 clubs, 6N, but potentially maybe even look for Slaven. So what he wants to do is set a suit and then bid key card and hope to find maybe the Queen of Hearts is a really big card. And we play something, Cooper transferred, and we play that completing the transfer shows a fit, which I really recommend. I think it's a very good thing to do over any sort of strong 2N bid. So Cooper transfers, and I bid 3 hearts, which shows at least 3 card heart support. And so that's wonder. So we've set hearts, and Cooper then Q-bid. We've had a disagreement about things going on for there. We're changing our system, but Cooper made a Q-bid because what he wants to do is he wants to bid key card and unambiguous. He doesn't want to jump to 4N and have it be murky and be quantitative. He just Q-bid, and then over key card he hears partner show 1 or 4. So the first thing we do, can it possibly be 1? Nah, it just can't be. Partner cannot have missing that many key cards. So partner's got 4 key cards. So partner's got the King of Hearts, the Ace of Diamonds, the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Spades. He's filled all your gaps. And so now what you want to do is check on the Queen of Hearts, because if you're going to bid 7, you need to just check that to there, because obviously if partner's got King 3rd heart, you don't want to be in 7 without the Queen. So you ask for the Queen, and partner shows it, but no outside King. Well, you know they've got no outside King. So you know partner's hand now is Ace of Spades, King Queen to 3 hearts or 4, Ace of Diamonds, and Ace of Clubs. That is 17 high card points. So partner's got at least a King more in change. So the change will be Queens and Jacks. So partner's got at least a Queen and a Jack more than that. Queen of Diamonds is a good card to have. Partner could have a Doubleton Club. Partner could have 4 hearts. Partner could have the Queen of Clubs, which is just gold dust, given you can basically claim 13 then. So Cooper decided to bid 7, and now you need to decide what to bid 7 in. Do you want to bid 7N or 7 hearts? I don't think you can count 13 tricks opposite the Queen of Spades or the Queen of Diamonds, but you can opposite the Queen of Clubs. So, because it's match-pointed pairs in a field like this, bidding a grand will score you well. It's not a lay-down grand, it's a county hand, and you can't count 13 tricks, but the odds that 13 tricks are going to be there are pretty high. So Cooper just bid 7 hearts, that's where we rested, and when we played it and we went down, they lead a spades, that picked up the spades at trick 1, and hearts went 4-0, so I'll show you the full hand. They led a spade at trick 1, but Queen X of Spades is onside, Queen X of Clubs is onside, whatever you bid makes. So 7N is the jackpot bid. The partner hasn't got the Queen of Clubs, but because the black suit queens behave, whichever one you need to find comes in. 13 tricks would have been available and no trumps, but I think 7 hearts in this field will always score well. So well bid, Dr. Chris Cooper. Fairly easy, but at the time we were the only ones in it, so we will take that. Pick up this hand. You've got Ace to 6, Singleton, Jack 3rd, 3 low, and you're first to speak, love all. This is about as bad as your weak 2 spades is going to be. The fact that you've got the ace means you're happy to have a spade lead. If I had King to 6 and a Queen outside, that's now getting a bit more dodgy. But anyway, I open 2 spades, and this goes 3 hearts on my left, pass and partner, 4 hearts on your right, pass, pass, pass. So we're defending 4 hearts, and partner leads the King of Diamonds, asking for count. So something goes down with what you can see. For future Steve, that is something like 2 low, King 3rd, Queen 10 4th, Ace 10 4th, or something like that. And partner leads the King of Diamonds, and it goes small. You give count. You show that you've got 3 small. And at trick 2, partner plays the King of Clubs. Partner's showing with an awful lot of points. So it goes king of clubs, and declare wins the ace. And again, you give count. You show that you've got an odd number of clubs. So partner knows you've got an odd number of diamonds and an odd number of clubs. And so they win the ace, and then at trick 3 they play a heart to partners to the queen and partner's ace. Alright, so partners turn up with ace king of diamonds, the king of clubs, and the ace of hearts. That's quite a lot of points already. So maybe they've got the queen of clubs as well. That gives them like a 16 count. So at trick 4 they play. Your partner plays the a low spade, the 3 of spades. Dummy plays small. You play the ace, and declarer plays the queen. What's going on? Well, first of all, partner hasn't doubled. Partner looks like they've got a lot of points. So why might partner not have doubled here? And partner didn't lead a spade at trick 1, but what is partner's spade switch from? If partner's got a lot of points and 3-card spade support, surely they would have bid 4 spades or doubled 4 hearts, you'd think. One of the two. So is partner's 3 of spades possibly a singleton? If that's the case, partner's hand would be singleton, ace to 3, ace king to 4, ace king to 5, or king queen jack to 5, or something like that. Or is there another possibility for partner to have? Could partner have something like 3 3 6 1 with a singleton king of clubs? You've got to think of what declarers bid 3 hearts on. What's declarer bid 3 hearts on here? They've got the queen jack of hearts, nothing in diamonds, king queen of spades it looks like, and nothing in clubs. They've not got much. They've got like a 9 or a 10 count at best. If they've got the jack of clubs and something like that. So what do you do? What's going on? So I don't know what the right thing to do is. I think there's a logical reason for me to get this right. Partner's 3 of spades can't be from jack 10-3. They would have led the jack. It can't be from king 3rd. They would have supported spades with all the other things they've got. Can it be from 10x? No, they would have let switch to the 10. So I think there's a very good indication for you to give partner a spade ruff. So that's the correct thing to do. And I think it's all about just playing from holdings. I think what declarer I'll show you declares the whole hand in a second. The holding I played for was partner has jack 10x of spades, ace to 3 hearts, ace king to 6 diamonds, and that doesn't work because then declares ruffing the diamond. Yeah, the holding I played for doesn't exist. I played partner to have a stiff king of clubs, and I tried to give partner a club ruff. I thought what they did at trick 2 was try to set up their ruff, and at trick 4 they tried to get you in with the ace of spades to give them their ruff, their club ruff, and they played their lowest spade to show preference. So I think I should get this right. The interesting thing is, I'll show you the full hand. When partner does play a spade through, declarer knows that this is going to get ruffed. What spade should declarer play so that I don't give them the ruff? And I think they should play the jack. That gives partner a legitimate holding of queen 10-3, in which case I might read partner for queen 10-3, and I might not find this ruff. When declarer played the queen, I should get this right. I didn't. It was a mistake, and Cooper, we didn't realise until we got the hand records afterwards and we thought about it a bit. But anyway, we beat it by 1 anyway, but it wasn't a good board. Some people are doubling 4 hearts, some people are beating it by 2. So I think Cooper should double at match points. I think we play generally sensible week 2s, but he didn't, and we only beat it by 1, so we didn't get a great board there. But it was in a match where we were winning 20-0, so we'll accept that as a casualty of war and take some solace in the fact that we're still doing pretty well.